This is the Anton class medium cruiser. This is a classic original series Star Trek design and a precursor to what most people know as the Miranda class, which is the same class of ship that the Enterprise battled in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Many of you Starship geeks will be quick to point out that this ship isn't actually canon, and you'd be correct. It's worth noting that the Reliant in Star Trek II is never officially referred to as a Miranda class either, but I'll cover that in another video. This ship class was first designed by FASA Corp around the mid to late 80s, which was part of the Star Trek RPG game material and the Starship Tactical Combat Simulator game. The Antons were first brought into service alongside the Constitution class as a less expensive and lighter alternative to those heavy cruisers. Although the size is pretty similar, the Anton class ships didn't have the range and speed of the Constitution class ships, but Anton served a very important role in the FASA version of the 4 Years' War against the Klingons, an event I'm really looking forward to making some videos about. Now let's keep in mind that most FASA designs were conceived long before Deep Space Nine, Voyager, or the Enterprise series. Sometimes the material from the Enterprise series contradicts the FASA content. The most notable difference is that phasers and photon torpedoes weren't even available until about 10 years before the events of Star Trek: The Original Series. So the Anton class at that time, along with the Constitution class and many others, was instead armed with the tried and true space weapon, lasers. Accelerator cannons or railguns were also available, a precursor to photon torpedoes, but the Anton had no launchers or railgun turrets, but was armed with energy turrets only. And of course, later on, for the Miranda class, the roll bar atop would be added. But phasers were equipped during the Klingon War, which were much more destructive and longer range weapons. The Antons were almost a direct counterpart to the old Klingon D7s when it came to firepower, speed, and mission profile. Both vessels were extremely versatile and easily upgraded or modified. By the early 2270s, most Antons would be refitted in the same way the Constitutions were. The aft part of the saucer section would be heavily modified, probably to accommodate a different warp core. The warp engines would be upgraded, the phasers overhauled, and the roll bar added to the top to increase its mission profile. Starfleet built hundreds of Anton-class ships in response to the Klingon threat. They weren't quite as powerful as the Constitution-class ships, but could match anything the Klingons threw at it smaller than a D-10 class heavy cruiser, especially when the lasers were replaced with phasers. The aft part of their hull had 2 shuttle bays and plenty of cargo area, great for carrying vital supplies, troops, or marines, and even research labs. Well, that's all I have for the Anton class. This model will be used again in the upcoming videos such as the aforementioned 4 Years' War, so stay tuned for that. Also, thank you very much supporters on Patreon at patreon.com/resurrected. Be sure to subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time.
Since day one, something's been missing. I know it's time to transition to a new kind of way and let the passion come out. I'm a dreamer. Time slows down when I am singing my heart's true song. Comes when I'm dreaming, I know what it takes. I need my soul to scream out. I'm a dreamer. I need to choose, need to decide. Time to stand up, jump to the other side.